Hi everyone, I'm Chrys, author of the Disaster Crime series. For this video, I want to talk about my author tagline. A tagline is pretty much a sentence. It could be a few words long, it could be pretty long if you want it to be, maybe up to 10 words, that describes you as an author, the work that you're putting out there, basically just the vibes that you want readers to get from your work. It describes you as an author. My author tagline is thrilling and romantic with heroines of steel. Now, I came up with that while I was writing a series that actually is not published yet, hopefully one day. The thrilling and romantic part came from romantic suspense. All of the books that I write are pretty much romantic suspense, even the ones that have a lot of fantasy or paranormal aspects in it. There's always action, there's always suspense, there's thrilling moments. So thrilling. And every book that I write has romance in it. I can't take romance out. There has to be romance for me. And that's how the thrilling and romantic came about for my tagline. Basically just the genres or like the themes, the subcategories of, the stories that I publish and the stories that I write. It's just a nod to that in my tagline. But the Heroines of Steel part came about a much different way. I had spine surgery when I was 15. It was the day after I turned 15. I had a severe scoliosis. They put a rod in, screws, and fusion in between the vertebrae to keep my spine still. Many years later, after I was well healed, I ended up writing an essay about my experience with scoliosis and the surgery and the healing process of the surgery. And when it was time for me to title that, there was a phrase that I put in the essay about me being like a woman of steel. So I called the essay Woman of Steel. And that's sort of, in honor of Superwoman, Supergirl. I call her woman. And, if Superman's Man of Steel, she's Woman of Steel. Not Girl of Steel, she's Woman of Steel, okay? And I love Supergirl. Superwoman, like I said. I like calling her a woman because she's a woman. Anyway, when it was time to come up with my tagline, I thought of that, the Woman of Steel essay that I did. And I was like, you know what? The characters that I write, they are women of steel. They are tough cookies. They can kick ass. They're smart. They don't take no for an answer. They don't take BS, but they're also gentle and caring and loving and passionate. They're pretty much well-rounded individuals. And they may not have steel in them, real steel like I do, but they have steel in their veins. So I just thought, well, instead of saying Woman of Steel, because that's pretty common, I decided just to use heroines because that's, heroes and heroines. That's what they're called. So I swapped out woman for heroines, heroines of steel. And that is really what they are. They are tough cookies. They are made of steel, inside and out. They may not have steel screwed to their spine, but I think that their spines are steel because they go through a lot and they may break a little bit, but they rebound and they're strong. That is how I got the idea for my author tagline, thrilling and romantic with heroines of steel. And it works for all of my stories, even if I write a story that is not quite as action-packed as, the Disaster Crime series. I do write some romance, sweet romance stories. There may not be thrilling aspects in it, but there's plenty of romance, and even in a sweet romance or a clean romance, the characters, the women in it, can still be heroines of steel. And that is how I view all of my characters, no matter what the genre. Even if they're not taking on a tsunami or a wildfire or whatever else Beth Kennedy in the Disaster Crime series has taken on. Because in these sweet romances or clean romances, they go through a lot more real life issues. And you do have to be made of steel a lot of the times to get through these tough real life situations. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, thrilling and romantic with Heroines of Steel. That's me and my characters. Bye.